alarms, reassess completely everything. 30 minutes to an hour, get an ABG, and document in the meantime. Alright? That's after every mode change and setting change. So now that we're in spontaneous, when you're monitoring and assessing, there's something that's being added to your parameters. And is that up there? I can't see from here. Does it say F over VT or does it say RSBI? Is it an option?
Neither.
It used to be in there. I have to play around with it, see if I can find it. I knew where it was on the 840. You may have to manually just calculate it. I'm sure it's there somewhere. We may have to just find it somewhere. But what is your RSBI?
Frequency over tidal volume.
It's frequency over tidal volume, and where should it be?
Less
Less than 105.
than 105.
Less than 105. That means what to y'all? That they don't have any kind of rapid, shallow breathing. Alright, that means that they're doing good. So add that with your monitoring assessments, what you're going to look at when they're in spontaneous or CPAP mode. Okay? What's your question?
Where's the football?
Football one, yeah.
Is it because the tube is small?
Yeah, no, loops is, I'm not gonna worry, I'm not gonna ask about loops, that's the next check off. Y'all just now starting that, I think, today, so, we'll look at loops next time. But questions on weaning, let's do that. So questions on weaning, where things are in your settings, what you need to do, like I said, the biggest thing is getting your list together and monitoring and assessing everything. Make sure you add RSBI. A couple other things that you can assess too, to see if they're strong and their strength and their endurance of their diaphragm, you can get those measurements as well too. And what are those? I could add those to your sheet, your checkoff sheet. MIP, how would you get an MIP? I think the 980 gives it to you somehow, but how would you do it if you didn't have it on the
Hopefully
map?
we have the package for it.
Oh, that's right, it is a separate software package. This V was a little cheap, I didn't get that one for $35,000 one day. So that was a little cheap. I didn't get the pressure assist package or something, proportional something, I don't know. But how would you get MIP? A manometer. So you basically would, take them off, disconnect them from the circuit, put a manometer on the ET tube, and tell them to do what? Take a deep breath in, because MIP is that negative inspiratory pressure, right? So that's that inspiratory pressure, you can measure that. When they do that and they suck in, that dial is going to move over to a negative number. And where do you want that to be?
Between 20 and
Negative,
negative 20.
normal. Negative 80 to negative 100. But you want it to be greater than negative 20, right? So, or excuse me, less than negative 20. You want it to be more negative. So you don't want it to be more positive. You want it to be less than negative 20. So like your negative 30s, your negative 40s, negative 50s. That's where you want your MIP to be. Because that's, again, a weaning parameter. And we just read that in your lab book. What else?
I'm just putting it back so I don't have to keep reading for it.
MEP.
Can stop.
ME.
MEP.